Good morning, friends. Myself, Mohammad Wahid, working as a lecturer in Civil Engineering Department, SRRS Government Polytechnic, Sirsila. So, today is our fifth class pertaining to theodolite surveying from the course Advanced Surveying, C18 scheme, Advanced Surveying. So today I am with another topic, that is, what do you mean by a latitude, departure, what do you mean by close of error of closure, and you are going to study how to calculate the omitted measurements with respect to length and bearing of one side, length of one side and bearing of another side, length of both sides, bearing of both sides. All these are how to calculate the omitted. First of all, what do you mean by omitted? Fortunately or unfortunately, we have forgotten to take the readings in the field while running a traverse. Okay. Now, before that, what we have learnt earlier is, what do you mean by traverse, types of traverse, and methods of conducting traverse surveys. Methods of conducting traverse surveys. All we have studied in the previous class. Now, how this previous class is linked to our present class? It is, while running a traverse itself, we may do some mistakes. Okay, those mistakes are nothing but while writing we do mistake, or while taking the measurements we may forgot to take the readings. Now, in a traverse, what are the two measurements we generally take? Based upon the methods, some will going to take included angle, some we are going to take deflection angle, some are going to take bearings, like that. Suppose in a closed traverse, if we forgot to take a length of a traverse leg in a closed traverse, suppose for example, if I take, suppose this is a closed traverse. Okay. Now, in this closed traverse, I forgot to take the length of this leg. I have taken bearing, I have chosen point A and B, like that I have run the closed traverse. In that, I have forgot to take the length of this traverse leg. In those situations, how to calculate with reference to another bearings and lengths? And in some cases, I may forget bearing. I may forget to write the bearing. Okay, I may forget to write the bearing. In such situations, how to calculate? Now, today in our class, we are going to discuss all these omitter measurements. What to do when we do arrive with some problems. Okay, so now if I plot a traverse, okay, generally what we are preferring, north, right? Meridian, what is our meridian? North, right? Now see here y1 is parallel to meridian and x-axis is perpendicular to meridian. This one is what? y1 means north to south pole is parallel to meridian and east west is perpendicular to meridian. Always north is the meridian. Okay. Now these lines are called as what? Axis of the coordinates, and the point of these intersection is nothing but called as origin. all you have studied the basics of this thing in your schooling even. Okay, all silver teacups like that you have in my trigonometry. Okay, in that concept only we are going to run here now. Okay, so what do you mean by a latitude? Coming to our present topic, latitude means what, departure means what. Okay, when a line is measured parallel to the meridian means is called, so when a line is measured parallel to meridian, it is called as a latitude. Parallel to meridian means what? As I shown you in the previous slide, that is YY1 axis, north to south. Next, departure. When the line is measured perpendicular to the meridian is called departure, that is parallel to XX1 axis, east to west. Now here A dash is the departure which is perpendicular to the meridian. Meridian, it is perpendicular, whereas A double dash, okay, A double dash is the latitude of line OA, latitude of line OA. Okay, now here when you are measuring the latitude of a line from the origin towards the top, it is called as what? Northing. And you always know that northing is considered to be positive. Whereas if a line latitude is measured from the origin bottom side, from the origin towards bottom side, we call it as a southing. Okay, latitude towards south, we call it as a southing, and the value will be of course negative. Coming to the departure, from the origin towards the right side, east side, is called as a easting, and the measurement will be positive. Whereas from the origin towards the left side, that is westing, it is always negative. Okay, now these are the sign conventions of latitudes and departures. Okay, depending upon the direction. As I said, your northing, that is latitude towards north, it is positive. Next, southing, latitude towards south, it is negative. Next, easting, departure towards east, positive departure, and westing, departure towards west, it is negative departure. So you should remember these sign conventions, which is very important while calculating the problems. Okay, now measurement of latitude and departure. So how you'll be measuring? The latitude of a line can be calculated by L cos theta. This is the formula, okay, where L is the length, okay, cos theta is nothing but bearing of a line. I will show you. This is a bearing, and this from here to here, OA, is the length of the, okay, length of OA, and theta is the bearing with respect to meridian. Okay, now with respect to the length and bearing, you can calculate the latitude and departure. Okay, now L cos theta and L sin theta, right? Where what is this L? Length of a line and bearing of a line. R is not, theta is nothing but bearing of a line. Okay, next, sign conventions. As I said you earlier, now if you remember whole circle bearing system in degrees, when it lies between 0 to 90, it will be in first quadrant, northeast. So north latitude will be positive, and departure, because of it is in east, departure will also be positive. When it is coming to second quadrant, the angle lies between 90 and 180, it is southeast. South means negative, and departure, because of being east, it is positive. Okay, next, when you consider third quadrant, 180 to 270, here the First, what is this? Latitude means southing, negative, and departure west, it is also negative. Coming to the fourth quadrant, which lies between 270 and 360 degrees. So north and west. Okay, north and west. So north latitude positive, west departure negative. So this tabular column is very important. And one more thing, first of all, you should learn the previous topic of compass surveying, in which you have to learn the convention from whole circle bearing to reduced bearing to whole circle bearing. That is very important while performing the closed traverse. Okay. Now, what do you mean by consecutive coordinates, which are also known as dependent coordinates? Now, consecutive, preceding, succeeding, like that. The latitude and departure of any station with respect to preceding. Suppose if I want to calculate BA, latitude and departures of BA, I should take reference as AB, right? So the latitude and departure of a station with respect to preceding station are known as what? Consecutive coordinates, which are also known as dependent coordinates. Now, independent coordinates. No, dependent, independent. What is the difference? Dependent means it is dependent on the previous one. Independent means what? They are not dependent on the previous, but the origin one. They have dependent on origin one. Means the coordinates of any point with respect to a common origin. It will be depending upon one. Means the bearing, if you want to calculate the latitude and departure of BC or CD, it should depend upon the origin. That is the thing. Okay. So the coordinates of any point with respect to common origin are said to be independent coordinates of that point, which are also known as total latitudes and total departures. Okay. Now, what purpose these coordinates are used means, these purpose are used to calculate the area of a closed traverse, which are used in computing the area of a closed traverse. And even though you can check the field measurement, okay, you can plot a check line, you can just measure the distance in the ground, and after plotting those closed traverse in a map, you can check. Okay, means you will be doing just like, see, what you have to do is, suppose you have already performed a closed traverse like this. Consider like this. Okay, now after that, in the field you got, now first what you have to do is, you just measure it, length or bearing with respect to this one. When suppose your station E, this is A, B, okay, C, D, E. Okay, now when the instrument is finally fixed at E, you just sight B and take the bearings and the length between B and E, and close the survey and come and plot all these things and check the distance between B and E, such that whatever the measurement you got in the field, it should match with the plotted conditions. It should match with the plotted things, such that your work is perfect. If not, some error has been got. Okay, but for these reasons, these consecutive coordinates or independent coordinates are very much useful. Okay, now what do you mean by error of closure? As I said you, errors in the field at the time of measurement of lengths and angles will not allow the starting and ending point. Means you have done the work in the field, you have performed the what? Closed traverse like this in the field, but while plotting, instead of going like this, it may go like this. So this is nothing but what? Closing error. This is nothing but what? Closing error. So we are discussing what is the error in the field at the time of measuring of length and angles which are not allow the starting and ending point the traverse to coincide. Means I will draw the figure once again. This one is what we have done the surveying, but it has to close here, right? But it won't close like this. It goes like means this is an error. This is an this portion. If I go for another color, this portion is nothing but error, closing error. Okay, so the closing error length and bearing can be calculated. Okay, this can be minimized by checking instruments and taking care of field work. Okay, in the field itself we have to take care, means back bearing and forward bearing should be concentrated much. Okay, now check on error of closure. How? Total sum of interior angles is equals to 2n minus 4 into 90. Now what is n? Number of sides of a traverse. In a closed traverse, how many sides? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, so 2 into 5, 10 minus 4 means how much? 10 minus 4 means it is 6, 6 nines are 54 means 540 degrees, means interior angles. If you already calculated all these, this one, this one, 2, this one, and this one, all together if sum it, you should get how much? 540. If it is not getting, if you are getting more than 540 or less than 540, then you can see there is some error affected at some of the stations. We don't find exactly at which station the error has been occurred. Okay, and the algebraic sum of all latitude should be equals to 0, and algebraic sum of all departures should be equals to 0. Now what is this algebraic sum of latitude should be equals to 0? Means some latitudes will be north, so positive, some latitudes will be south, so negative. So if you sum up all, add all the northings and all the southings such that it should equal to 0. If not, there is some error. Next, algebraic sum of all the departures should be equals to 0. Means here also same, departures easting will be positive, westing will be negative. In that situation, if you sum it off all, then in such situations it is not affected with any of the error if you get the sum of d equals to 0 and sum of l equals to 0. Okay, with this we have learned what do you mean by latitude and departure, okay, and sign conventions of this latitude and departures, and how to calculate latitude and departure, and checking, right? Next we'll go for another topic in this only, how to calculate the omitted measurements. Now as I said you, in the survey field work, sometimes it is not possible to measure lengths and bearings of all sides of a closed traverse due to obstacles like buildings, etc. Because building, it obstructs the vision to take the bearing. Now as I said you, omitted measurements are nothing but knowingly or unknowingly we may forget. Knowingly means what? Wantedly, because of these obstructions we are not able to take the length, we are not able to take the bearing. And unknowingly means by forgetting it. Okay, so whatever the knowingly or unknowingly we committed a mistake in the field, that can be calculated in the calculations, right? Such measurements are called as omitted measurements. Okay. Those are sides which are unable to measure are called as affected sides. Means sides means traverse legs. You are able to see the bearing, but you are unable to take the length. Okay. Sides which are unable to measure are called effective side. Next, omitted measurement should not be more than 2 in a closed traverse. Suppose if you are running a closed traverse with 5 legs or 10 legs or anything, in that particular loop closed traverse, not more than 2 measurements should be omitted. Then in that situation only you can measure. Means 0 is the best thing, but unfortunately it has happened to omit wantedly or unwantedly, means knowingly or unknowingly, and that should not be maximum to 2. If it is more than 2, then you have to rerun the closed traverse. Okay. So omitted measurement should not be more than 2 in a closed traverse. If it is more than 2, you have to rerun. If it is less than 2, you can calculate easily. Okay. Now, what different cases of omitted measurements you face in the field? That is one side affected. Now what? Either length or bearing, length and bearing, like that. See, what is length or bearing? One side of a traverse. In a traverse, this is a closed traverse. This is one leg. In that, either length you have forgotten or bearing you have forgotten. Length and bearing of that particular only this leg is nothing but one side affected. Next, 2 adjacent sides affected. Length of one side and bearing of another side. The length you have forget for this one and bearing you have forget for this leg. Okay. Next, length of 2 sides. This one and this one you forgotten. Next, bearing of 2 sides. Bearing of this leg and bearing of this leg you have forgotten. Next, 2 sides are affected which are not adjacent to each other. Now what do you mean by adjacent? Side by side. This is this one. Third case will be what? Here length has been forgotten. Sorry, where is my cursor? Here length has been forgotten and here bearing has been forgotten, or here length has been forgotten. So 2 sides are affected which are not adjacent. You keenly observe here. 2 adjacent sides are affected. 2 sides which are not adjacent. Means adjacent means side by side. Side 1, side 1. This leg and this means AB, BC. You have forgotten. And here AB you have forgotten and DC, CD you have forgotten. Like that. It will be the differing. So these are the some of the cases you may arrive. Okay. We may arrive in the field or at the time of calculation. Now we'll see one example of length and bearing of one side omitted. Okay. So here see the length of bearing of one side omitted. What this figure shows? A closed traverse A, B, C, D, E, A. Okay. But affected area side is what? E, D, E. You have forgotten length and bearing of side D are missing. Okay. Now calculate the latitude and departure of the sides which are not affected. Now which one are not affected? AB are not affected, BC, CD are not affected, and EA also not affected. So for that you calculate the what? Latitudes and departures. Right. How to calculate latitudes and departures? Latitude L cos theta and departure L sin theta. And based upon the sign conventions, you can say positive or negative, or from the figure itself you can mention it. Okay. Now find sum of the latitudes. As I said, what do you mean by sum of latitudes? Sum of northings plus southings. All together you club. And sum of departures. Okay, you will be getting. So tangent or reduced bearing of line DE is sum of departure by sum of latitudes. Now from that you can find out the bearing. Reduced bearing of DE is tan inverse of sum of theta equals to tan inverse of sum of D by sum of L. Now length, how? Sum of square root of sum of latitude square, sum of departure square. So you will be getting what? DE, length of DE. This is a simple way you can find out the things, right? Now we'll see one small problem and see out of these many things we have taken first one side affected in that length and bearing we have chosen. Okay, now this is tan theta. You can write tan theta of line DE equals to sum of departure by sum of latitude. From that, theta equals to what? Reduced bearing, tan inverse of this one. Okay, now length will be this one. Now a closed traverse A B C D A means how many legs? A to B one leg, B to C another leg, C to D another leg, D to A means 4 legs. Has the following lengths and bearings of its sides. Find the length of a bearing of a line DA. So this is the thing. AB length is how much? 250 meters. Whole circle bearing system 135 means it lies in which quadrant? Second quadrant. Okay. BC length is 650 meters and it is first quadrant. And CD 150, 340, this is in a fourth quadrant. Okay. Next, DA we don't know. Okay, first to calculate reduced bearings. Now from whole circle bearing to reduced bearing, when it is lying in second quadrant, what will be the reduced bearing? 180 minus WCB. If you remember your compass surveying, so 180 minus WCB is 135. Now 44 degrees 48 minutes you got. No, why I am writing southeast? Because second quadrant, as you know, this is a second quadrant, southeast. Okay, bearing of a reduced bearing of next one is BC. Northeast I have written directly. Why? Whole circle bearing is 40 degrees 24 minutes. Now the reduced bearing will be equals to whole circle bearing because it lies in a first quadrant. Okay, next CD, it lies in what? Fourth quadrant, means 360 minus WCB, RB equals to 360 minus WCB. Please try to remember your compass surveying, which is very important, the tabular column, that only I am drawing here. Okay, you will be getting around 90 degrees 19 degrees 36 minutes because of being in fourth quadrant, northwest. Now why I am not going for a DA? I don't know the values. First of all, I should calculate the bearing, right? Now see here, this is the given data and this is what we have arrived, reduced bearings. Okay, and south east, right? Now what is this 177.40? Latitude L cos theta means 250 into cos 44 degrees 48 minutes. If you calculate from your calculator, you will be getting this value. Similarly, L sin theta east, so I am writing in the east. Similar way, in the similar manner, 650 length L means 650 into cos 40 degrees 24 minutes north. Next, L sin 40 degrees 24 minutes I got. Similar way I got these values, north and west, right? What I have to do next? I am summing up it. Sum of north things, sum of south things. All together what are these? Sum of what? Latitudes. Next, sum of eastings, sum of westings. All together what? It is a sum of departure, right? Now let L be the length of DA and theta is the reduced bearing. As I don't know, I am writing it as a length as DA, L as a DA length and theta as the reduced bearing. Sum of latitude of DA will be equals to what? Overall sum of latitudes minus latitude of what? AB. Why I have taken this one? Because DA, AB, because here what is the preceding latitude for DA, right? AB, right? For that reason I have taken that one, right? Next, similarly, departure of DA is, okay, 597.50 minus 50.34, you will be getting the departure. Like that you have calculated 547.19, okay, and 549. Next we'll see latitude and departure of a line. DA shows that the line is in third quadrant. How? For that, see here it is southing and here it is westing. Southing and westing. Okay. Now why this southing and westing? See here. Here, sum of these things are 597.50 minus 50. So for that reason, what we do is, how to get clarifying, what we do is, now see, this is southeast, first quadrant, second quadrant, right? So we'll try to draw here. So AB. Next, this is B. B to C to northeast. So like this. Next one is what? Northwest. Next one is what? Closing, right? This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. This is north and south. This is east and this is west. So southwest. Like that, from the figure itself also you can check. Okay, no need to worry, you can check it, right? First we will clear this all things, because every time without clearing, if I go for the further slide, what is happening is it is getting closed. Okay, now the length of a DA is under root of sum of latitude and departure of this one. So you are getting how much? Length of DA. Next, you know tan theta equals to sum of D minus sum of L. 547.19 by 459. So you are getting reduced bearing of tan theta equals to this value. Theta equals to what? Tan inverse of this value. You will be getting this one. So this is because of being, we already know from the figure, because of it is being in third quadrant, southwest. It is southwest. Okay. So finally we got the length and bearing of the question given, right? So what we have studied today, we have discussed about what do you mean by latitude. Means it is a line measured parallel to the meridian. What do you mean by departure? It is a line measured perpendicular to the meridian. Next, error of closure. Okay, error of closure is nothing but, while plotting, even though you do perfectly in the field, while do plotting, you may arise this problem, closing error. Okay. Next, we have discussed what is mean by length and bearing of one side, problem on length and bearing of one side. Okay, in our next class we'll try to discuss more cases. Okay, what are the more cases? Two adjacent sides. Next one is two sides which are not adjacent to each other. We'll try to discuss. Next, we'll see some quiz questions. Now, side which are unable to measure in closed traverse is called bad side, back side, affected side, none So side which are unable to measure in a closed traverse is a affected side. This is what? Affected side. Okay. Here also our option has been affected with the light color, right? Next. The omitted measurement should not be more than 2. Yes or no? Yes, of course. If it is more than 2, then you have to rerun the survey. You have to rerun the survey, means the closed traverse again is to be redone, because up to 2 only it is possible to calculate the omitted measurements. Okay, next. Which of the following is a check on a closed traverse survey? Sum of interior angles equals to 2n minus 4 into 90. Algebraic sum of all latitudes should be equals to 0. Algebraic sum of all departures should be equals to 0. All the above. Of course, all these are very important checks occurred in the closed traverse survey. So one should check all these things. As I said you, interior angles is 2n minus 4 into 90. What is n? Number of legs, traverse legs. Okay. Next, algebraic sum of latitude should be equals to 0. Means I said you, sum of northings and sum of southings, if you add, you should get equals to 0. Right. Next, length of a survey line in the plane parallel to meridian. In the plane parallel to meridian is nothing but called as what? Latitude or departure or error of closure. So it is latitude. It is latitude. Next, we'll see what are the frequently asked questions. Explain omitted measurements. Means you have to explain clearly what are the here. Explain they have asked, means you have to clearly explain what are the different cases you are going to arrive. For that, if I go to this slide, this is very important, means this one. Different cases of omitted. First of all, what is this omitted measurements? When we call this as omitted measurements, what are the sides are affected with these omitted measurements? Like then you can do. And the next one is what? You have to explain clearly based upon the marks given, right? Next, explain how to solve the omitted length and bearing of one side of traverse with a neat sketch. Means what problem we have done is that one. Okay. Next, define latitude and departure of a survey line. Okay. With a figure, you have to explain regarding the latitude and departure of the thing. And next one is, how do you understand? What do you understand about error of closure? As I said you, error of closure cannot be known while doing the surveying, but only it can be done while plotting the survey what we have done. Okay, while plotting the survey itself only you can come across what is this closure of error. Okay, for that generally you have to run a check line in a closed traverse, means some station B and some station E, you take the length in the field, and after plotting you have to measure the length in the plotted area also, so that it will both are equal. If they both are equal, then it is nothing but a same without any error. Like different checks applied on the closed traverse. Now what are the different checks applied on a closed traverse? As I said you, for that what is the slide? Total sum of interior angle equals to 2n minus 4 into 90. Algebraic sum of all latitudes should be equals to 0. Algebraic sum of all the departures should be equals to 0. That is a very direct answer to the question that I asked. Okay, so with this we have completed our today's topic. Okay, I hope you understood. clearly what do you mean by all these things we have discussed. In the further classes, we'll try to go for another new topic. Okay, hope you are understanding. And this is our fifth lecture on theodolite surveying, and still more 5 to 6 lectures will be required to complete this topic about theodolite surveying. Next, in that further we are having many things, that is trigonometric leveling, tachyometric surveying. All these are the subtopics of this theodolite surveying, because the theodolite instrument is the only instrument we are going to use to perform all these things, trigonometric leveling, like that. Okay, thank you for watching my video. Right. Just for 5 seconds I will play this our slide, what we have learned for our knowledge, so that you can pause it and take a notes of that one. These are all what we have discussed. Just you, after getting this one, you can what take a screenshot. So this one is very important. Even though, wait, I will try to share that one. For reference also, I am sharing you the compass surveying topics, that is whole circle bearing, reduced bearing conversions, because one should know what do you mean by whole circle bearing and reduced bearing. Conversion is very important here. See, the bearing of a line measured from the north in clockwise direction, and the value of whole circle bearing is always 0 to 360 degrees. Next, coming to, this is a figure, northing, southing, easting and westing, and line OA, OB, OC and OD. This is in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Okay. Now WCB of OA will be what? Just directly this theta 1, next theta 2 for OB, and OC it is theta 3 and OD it is theta 4. Right. Coming to the quadrantal bearing system, which is also known as reduced bearing system. And one more thing is whole circle bearing is also known as Ajmutal bearing system. Okay. Now here the quadrantal bearing system is the measure bearing of a line observed either from the north or south, measured in clockwise or anti-clockwise towards east or west. Okay. So this one like this. So north to east or south, north to west, south to east and south to west, like that you will be measuring. And RB of line OA is how much? How will be designating here? North theta 1 east, next south theta 2 east, next south theta 4 west, north theta 4 west, like that you are going to, and see, just observe it. See, whole circle bearing system 0 to 90 degrees, RB is same as whole circle bearing northeast. 90 to 180, so 180 minus, thus this one we have faced today. Next 180 to 270, WCB minus 180 southwest, and 270 to 360, 360 minus WCB. Similarly, from reduced bearing to whole circle. Okay, so WCB will be same as RB if it is in the first quadrant, and WCB equals to 180 minus RB if it is in second, RB plus 180 for WCB, and this is for 360 minus the RB. Just for your reference, I am sharing this one. Please go through and try to solve some problems. Thank you for watching at the end.